everybody, welcome to the Hills Quarry Products dig site in Cernywick, where we have material from both the Ice Age and the Jurassic. Now we have lots of people involved in this. It's probably the biggest paleontological dig in the UK, and one of the people involved is a professional fossil proprietor. Sorry, this is live, unedited and raw in the field, so please bear with me. Mik Shur. Hello, Mik.
Hiya.
Now, Mik, you've been on this dig before, haven't you?
Yes, I have last year.
Last year, and you had a good time then as well?
An absolutely amazing time, wouldn't miss it.
Now, you are a professional fossil proprietor, so we can see all this in front of us.
Yeah.
But have you learned anything yourself coming on these digs?
Oh, absolutely, because before the dig, all I was doing is specialising in the bone bed of Ost Cliffs in near Bristol. I hadn't ever really touched an ammonite, to be honest with you. I've done everything backwards, where people start with ammonites and progress to the bones and teeth. I did the opposite and actually went for the hard stuff to clean up before tackling anything like ammonites. So,
oh my goodness me! Well, you have got an ammonite here from the dig itself.
Yeah, this is a Sigilosauros.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That came out of the quarry about 2.5 weeks ago, and I just quickly took it home with me and spent an hour or two on it to clean it up a little bit more.
Gorgeous.
But I do like to keep them looking natural rather than all polished up. So the way I clean it up is the way it's lying in the bone, in the stone itself, in the matrix. And I just give it a little tidy up, and there we go. I mean, after 160 odd million years, I like to keep it looking.
Bad.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad.
Well, we have over 20 universities represented here with students, lots of other people involved, like yourself and everything. Everybody has to take part because it's a 3-week dig. We're at the very end of the last week, which is really sad. Big tented village behind me, lots of things going on. Everybody has to take part in the life up on the top side, so out of the quarry, out away from the dig, you know, the things like cooking and everything else. And one of the jobs I have to do is my camera, and today I've got Harry working as my cameraman. Thank you, Harry. Harry, can you bring the camera in so Mik can just show everybody this, because it is just beautiful. And this was one that you found, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was one that I asked to take with me because I knew it wasn't going to take very long. And I just wanted to tidy something up and bring back to the site before it then goes away again. So it's come off site and then come back again for its last visit before it disappears again.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got another one. Is this from the same site?
Same site, but this one came out a few years ago, which Neville asked me to clean up last year. So these are Cadosaurus ammonites, which are the really chunky, fat ones. The preservation isn't great, but actually I see quite a lot of beauty in the crushed parts of an ammonite. You know, same again. I like to keep things natural rather than restoring them fully. You know, it's just how you find them.
It is lovely.
And yeah, I'd rather have them like that.
And this one went to the Cranium Museum, didn't it, for the exhibition?
No, it didn't actually. No.
Did it not?
It did not. No. I did have a few Cadosaurus that were cleaned up. Yeah. This is the one that came after. So this is the reason why I brought it back to site as well, because it will make its way to the next exhibition, wherever that may be.
And these are amazing. I'm going to get Harry. We've been seeing, please look back at our videos, because we're talking about these various different ammonites in depth with various experts on them. Yeah. But have a look in there, because we haven't actually seen one of the Cadosauruses actually cleaned properly, and you can see how
you can see the suture
they go
lines.
Right in there, don't they?
Right. Yeah, actually they're really deep, and they're you know, you do need to be careful with your preparation tools. The little pen that we use, which is like a tiny little jackhammer, the tips, they do snap when you clean up the Cadosaurus centres. So I haven't snapped one yet. So.
Oh, dangerous talk, dangerous talk. And then you've got this most amazing, like you say, array of bones.
Yeah,
this
so
is your thing.
This is a small selection of what I specialise in, really. I mean, we've got, this is the bone bed material of Ost Cliffs. It's a site that I first visited when I started going fossil hunting and got blown away with what you can find. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at, I mean, they are called bone beds, but they should really be called coprolite beds, because the majority of the things that you do find are the coprolites that are just teeming inside these. So
coprolites are poo?
Yeah, fossilised poo from fish, shark and marine reptiles, so that is predominant on this site as well. So if you're really lucky, I mean, the material does come down very rarely. It usually slips down in the very stormy seasons. Sort of winter time is when you'll find me down there every weekend. You know, there could be 70-mile-an-hour horizontal winds. I'll be there just to wait for the stuff to come down. But yeah, we've got things like, we have got an angular from an ichthyosaur, which is the bone that attaches to the tongue. So there was a bit of confusion when I first found it, because we thought it might have been something called a surangula, which is a series of bones underneath the lower jaw. But the great thing about this one is the amount of species that you find in each block. So we've got ichthyosaur, we've got plesiosaur vertebrae there, and then there's going to be some fin spines in there, plenty of different reptiles that are around in the air in the time.
Yeah.
The beauty about these blocks is that they're solidly packed with bones and coprolites. So if I spin it around, there's even more around the back as well. So, you know, it's just an amazing sight. And so I do like to try and uncover as much as you can. So when you've got a block, I try to do the whole 360 preparation to get the most, to see the most. So that's one of my favourites, but the ultimate one has to be this one here, which I think, I've brought it to site last year, and I've been asked to bring it back again this year. So we've got an amazing plesiosaur vertebrae in the middle, then we've also got ichthyosaur, ribs, pachystrophius bones in there, which are, it's like a small crocodilian. We've got vertebrae from ichthyosaurs in there, neural arches as well. It's an incredible piece, really. I've not got another piece like it where we've got,
wow, just about, there's a whole,
you know, probably about 60, 70 different species from the Triassic.
really
This
is
is
a
the
bone
time.
bed.
That is you know, an original piece of bone bed material. This is what a really good bone bed material piece looks like. But then you come on to the, you know, the really interesting bits, which is like this one here, where even though when I found it, this was quite weathered on the top. So this is actually a plesiosaur vertebrae, which is completely worn away on the top. But above it is a shark fin spine. Now, shark fin spines are quite common in ost material, but what you don't find is predation marks on shark fin spines, because you didn't think that you'd get them on there. This one has got a series of lines on teeth marks in it, which kind of sizes up with ichthyosaur jaws or ichthyosaur teeth. So it almost gives it the impression that an ichthyosaur may have come up behind a shark to rip its spines off before devouring it. So it's an amazing little story in a rock from 200 million years ago, basically. Wow. Yeah, absolutely amazing. The place doesn't stop to fascinate me. So, you know, this is why. This is where my passions come from.
This is where your passion is.
Yeah.
And you're going to be preparing some of the fossils again this year from this site.
Yeah.
Some of those will be for exhibitions,
yeah.
use as well. So yeah, you're going to be very busy.
Yes, I mean, it was a 6-month project last year. From as soon as we finished on site here and transported everything across, that was 6 months of 2 hours a night in the workshop, every night, through Christmas, through into when we done the exhibition on February the 14th of this year at the Corinium. So
it was a very quick turnaround, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a very quick turnaround for everyone involved as well. So yeah, it was brilliant.
Well, do you know what, Mik? Thank you so much for bringing these along and showing us. They are absolutely stunning. They really are. And this bone bed material is wow.
Yeah.
Just to see this jumble of species.
Yeah.
How do you know how they're all ending up in the same place?
One of the theories is that when Pangaea broke up, so with our mass supercontinent, when it was breaking up, it would have caused some serious tsunamis. And so that travelling all the way around the globe to where we live would have caused some huge waves. One of the theories is that, well, the bones that we have in the bone bed have been fossilised for 5 to 10 million years prior to their redistribution and deposition, being deposited back in the seam, which we call the Penarth group.
Okay.
So it's a seam that goes from Penarth all the way up to Germany. Now, the theory is that everything just got brought up from the seafloor, from the seabed, and redeposited along that seam. You know, I strongly agree with that as well. I mean, I would have thought so. You know, that's quite possible. But looking at the bones that we've got here, a lot of them seem to have already been fossilised and snapped in weird ways, which fresh bones just couldn't do that. The fractures are too clean to be from fresh bone.
Because while you're preparing these things, it's taking hours. You're studying them all the time while
Yeah.
you're doing it. You will be picking up all sorts of
Yeah,
information.
you do. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
From the largest bones to the tiniest little fish turf. It's yeah, you see everything, and as you're preparing these, it's almost like a Kinder Egg surprise, because you just don't know what you're going to find next. So when you're cleaning up and suddenly there's another gleam of black coming through the stone, and got to do it very carefully again, and then suddenly you've got, like in the centre of this one, suddenly a vertebrae appears, and that was just the icing on the cake, and or even there's a couple of jawbones from fish in there as well. So it's a truly remarkable site for paleontology, and it's obviously an SSSI site as well, because it's just an amazing site, really.
Well, this is just brilliant, because we can access the information, which is what we want, to find out more about life in the prehistoric sea. So brilliant, and these are just beautiful from the quarry as well. Absolutely stunning. So keep following our videos. Thank you, Nick.
No problem.
Keep following our videos. We are uploading all the time. As I said, we're not editing or anything. We are in a working quarry landscape, so unfortunately we can't have the general public here, but we are trying to let you have the experience of being here with us by these videos. So keep looking at them, and the hashtag you're looking for is TUSForce.